Hey, my name is Lew Poe. I'm the lead pastor at Wildwood Baptist Church, and this is your today's 4-minute devotional brought to you by the BSU at Missouri Southern State University. Wow, that is a mouthful. Hey, today I want to talk to you about this. We got some crazy times going on, and I want to talk to you about Gideon from the book of Judges. And so what I want you to think about is that at the very end of the story, the one advantage that we all have is that we know how the story is going to end. We read the Bible. We know that we first see Gideon hiding in this wine press because he is really a scared guy. And then we see at the end of chapter 7, we see the fact that God shows up and he causes these hundreds of thousands of soldiers that are against Gideon and the Israelites, that he shows up on the scene and they literally take each other out because of what God does. Here's what I want you to think about. I can remember May the 23rd, 2011. It was the day after the big tornado here in Joplin. If you didn't know it, we had a big tornado here. If you weren't here, ask somebody about it. But we had this big tornado, and the day after the tornado, we felt pretty hopeless because everything was flattened. There were hundreds of people dead. We didn't know how it was going to be rebuilt or what was going to happen. If I would have been able to look 9 years down the road where we are now, I wouldn't have had the same feelings of being desperate on the 23rd of May. And so I want us to think about the story of Gideon, and what I encourage you to do is after this, read chapter 6 and chapter 7 of Judges, and you'll be able to kind of picture this whole piece that I want us to understand, that when we understand that God has this under control, we don't always see what the end picture is going to be. Just like I didn't know what was going to happen at the end of the tornado sequence. If I did, I would have had a lot different feelings then. Same way with Gideon. I think that if he would have known in chapter 6 when he was hiding in the wine press what God was going to do at the end of chapter 7, he certainly wouldn't have been as fearful. So in all this craziness that's going on with COVID-19 and the world today, I want us to understand, and I want you to understand, that God has got this. God has got this in control. I had a friend of mine yesterday that told me this as a reminder: remember, whatever's going on, let God do the heavy lifting, because we can't do this on our own. So my encouragement for you today is to realize that God's got this, and to look big picture, knowing that what's going on today, God's going to use it for his glory. So thank you very much for joining us today.